We are live. We are unannounced live. So, not expecting a ton of you to be on with us right this second. I'm going to give you about, I don't know, 30 seconds or so for people to jump on here if anyone wants to join. And this won't be a long live. We just wanted to address something that kind of came up today. And if you're with us, go ahead and say hello and click like, share, love, angry face. No angry faces, just happy faces only, preferably. Unless you're angry, that's fine. Free country, still for now. So, anyway, if you're there, say hi, and that would be great. What we wanted to kind of talk about for just a couple minutes is I got home from work a little while ago, a long, crazy week at work, and Marilyn was like, "Oh my gosh, Jimmy, people are wanting to go out and cause a stir, with businesses, and the masking thing has really come back to the forefront in the last few days, obviously with the mask mandates, and we created a list, right? Paul Belt, if you're out there, thank you for figuring out a way to make this work on our
Yeah, that's
website.
awesome.
So for those who don't know, we created a naughty and nice list basically for businesses that either support or do not support our way of thinking when it comes to masks. So I'm happy to report actually that the list of businesses who are not enforcing the mandate is
It's
pretty long.
huge. Yeah, we actually need to update it.
Doing?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, no, hey,
Maybe.
real quick, like you guys are awesome. You're
Yeah.
going out there and like you're reporting back like nobody's business. So yeah, I've been seeing posts left and right and comments and all that stuff saying, "Hey, I was here and they did," or "I was here and they didn't." And
Now, I do want to clarify, just because a business is on the naughty or nice list doesn't mean that, let's say, for example, let's say somebody's on the nice list. That doesn't mean that you're going to get somebody that might try to enforce something.
right.
This is just what was reported back to us.
Yeah.
Now, I've had people report both about the same business.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to give you guys like a heads
general
up.
heads up. Yeah.
Yeah. And another thing is, businesses might change their mind.
Mhm.
We've seen that reported that, one business decided to not enforce it. So,
Yeah.
things are going to change. And again, it might all depend on, who's working and if they're on a power trip,
who's at the front
or
door, right? Who's managing
who
that thing?
knows? Who
Right.
knows?
So yeah, and I mean, case in point, you might walk into a Target or a Walmart and walk right in, have no issues, and then the next person comes in, there was a shift change, and all of a sudden you've got the mask Nazi at the front door, and they're just like, "Hey, you can't come in here," And so a lot of you have experienced that. So I think your point is that even with the list, take it with a grain of salt.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
you might experience something different than what somebody else did prior.
Yeah.
Right.
And again, just like what Jimmy said, thank you, Paul, for getting that started.
Sure.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And thank you to everybody, really, for your participation. It's kind of breathed life back into the group, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, because we couldn't have done it without you guys. Because I'm like, I don't know, how many stores have I been? Like, I was kind of fully prepared to just like hibernate for a little while, but that's just kind of my nature. I would rather, during the holiday season, I worked in retail for 15 years. I'm ready to just hibernate during this time anyways, so that's kind of what I was ready for. So I'm like, I don't know who's enforcing it and who's not, because I don't want to leave my house.
Yeah. But a lot of you have, and we greatly appreciate it, and keep it coming. We do want to know. And primarily when we started the list, when we had the idea of the list, which we've talked about before, was one of your original ideas for starting this group.
Yeah.
Way back in the last mask mandate.
Yeah.
So, really the idea was to identify the people that we want to give our business to. And, like for example, we changed banks. We completely switched banks during the last mask mandate. And part of that reason was because we found a bank, Valley Strong Credit Union, that when we walked in, they were just like, "Yeah, you do what you want. Like it's up to you." And we were like, "This is awesome." And the fact they had everything we needed, like we made the full switch over and all that. So I mean, that was kind of the purpose of doing that, was saying, there are local people out there who think like we do, and we want to give them our business.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the purpose for the naughty and nice list,
Yeah.
right? And it's naughty and nice just because it's Christmas season. That's kind of fun. But anyway, so there are several of you who are asking, like, okay, what are we doing with this? Uh, are we like going after the ones who are on the naughty list, or what's the purpose here? And our answer to that is you can do what you want. If you want to go out there and protest, I know there was some comments about protesting in front of Big Five because they were giving some of our members a hard time. The beauty of this group is, I mean, we're about freedom. We're about allowing people to make their own choices and do their own thing. And so I would just advise anybody who is wanting to do that, you go out and you do you. Go ahead and gather people if you would like to gather people, and go do what you would like to. We do want to kind of set some guidelines, maybe some reminders is a better way to say that. And really, it's just remembering what this group is, first of all, especially if you're going to be out there like in your sweatshirt or your hat, or any of that where you're representing the group. We want to make sure that you're kind of doing things in the way that would properly represent the group. We don't want to misrepresent kind of what we're about. And so really all I mean by that is we want to maintain the high ground, right?
Yeah.
And so, right now we're at a place where we are fighting for freedom of choice. We're fighting even for people to make wrong choices if they want to. We believe that it's up to the individuals to make the choices that they want to make. And so when it comes to private businesses, I personally, I don't have the energy or the time to go in and argue with all the businesses that want to try to enforce masks. I'm just going to go somewhere else. I'm going to spend my money somewhere else. You may look at that differently and feel like you have a mission to go try to change people's minds. And that's cool. That's great. You go do you. But I would remind you, most of these 18-year-old cashiers or people standing at the front offering you a mask, they're not the ones who are making decisions. So especially if you're, representing the group, don't go get thrown in jail because you're throwing things and cussing out, somebody who's at the front door at Walmart. Like, that's not a good look. That's not
Yeah.
really what we're about. So, I mean, if you are going to go in,
And we're not going to bail you out of jail.
Yeah, there's no bailout fund, when it comes to that. And I want to just make a distinction here that, there's a difference between taking a real hard stance and being argumentative with, say, a school board or a county supervisors meeting or something like that, where they're elected officials who represent us. When it comes to private businesses, there's an element where we need to be able to respect their ability to make their own decisions as well, whether we agree or we disagree. Now, we can disagree and take our business elsewhere. We can disagree and stand on their sidewalk and protest, whatever
I
it
don't
is
know
that
that
we
we
want
can
to
stand
do.
on their sidewalk.
Well, the sidewalk is public, or stand on a public sidewalk or whatever.
Yes.
So however you want to do that. But the main point is, if you want to go out there and kind of get after it, then I say go for it. I applaud you. And, would just ask you to do things in a way that is respectful. And, just as an example, I had talked with our sheriff the other night about some of the stuff that we're doing, and talking about, taking the fight to the school boards, and, initiating recall processes. And, we were talking specifically about, what to do when, now that the mask mandate's in place and we're trying to go into these school board meetings and they might try to, force us to mask and all that. And I said, we're kind of at a place where if the police come, the police come. And, if they escort us out, then that's fine. And he said, I agree, a little civil disobedience is fine, but don't give them any other reason to arrest you. Like, don't get into the place where you're harassing people. Don't get into the place where, you're causing a big scene and you're, cursing people out or any of that kind of stuff. If they're going to throw you out, if they're going to, cause a big stir and get you out of there, it needs to be very clear that they're throwing you out solely because you're not wearing a mask, not because you went crazy and got belligerent with everybody. So don't give them a leg to stand on when it comes to accusing us of being the crazy people that are out of control and wild. I mean, we can make our points. You can make your argument. You can do however you need to do it, but stay in control.
Yeah, you
Don't
don't have
give them
to.
anything to. Um, don't give them a reason to discount us or just think that we're nuts.
Yeah, you don't have to be belligerent about it.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, we're not going to be on here long. This isn't going to be like one of our long. We'll be back Sunday night to talk about the things of the week and all that. But we did want to just take a pause, this Friday evening, and we're going into a weekend. It's going to be a big, busy weekend, a lot of holiday shopping, all that kind of stuff. And so if you want to go out and make your voice heard, um, again, we celebrate that. We appreciate everybody standing for the cause, rocking your hoodies and your t-shirts and your hats. If you didn't know, we have hats where we've got some more coming because we basically sold out immediately. But one of my favorite things about this week was seeing all the pictures and hearing all the stories about all this unmasked hilarious stuff all throughout the county, and people seeing the sweatshirts and seeing the
Mhm.
t-shirts and seeing all that stuff. So it's important, and it starts a lot of conversations. And so, it's great. We're not just trying to sell stuff because we don't make a bunch of money on it or anything like that, but we are trying to get the
Well,
word
we
out.
we don't make any money on it. All
Yeah,
the money goes back into the group.
we've put a lot of money into this group and never taken a dollar out of it. But yeah, I mean, it's about getting the word out, and that's kind of what this is. So again, just I guess in recap, thank you for participating in creating this naughty and nice list. If you haven't seen it yet, it's on our webpage. Marilyn pinned a post to the top of our Facebook group page that'll take you right there to the list, and it's a list that's constantly being updated. So we appreciate
We
your
might actually update it after this because I have some more.
okay.
We
So
might do that for a little bit tonight before we go
yeah,
and watch a
yeah,
movie with the boys. But
right. So anyway, yeah, keep it coming. Like when you go different places, just let us know, what's your experience there, and we'll make this list as dynamic as possible, and we'll just update it,
yeah,
accordingly. But it's important to know. It's important to know who, is doing what and who deserves our business and who doesn't. And if you're going to go out and try to change some minds out there, just stay on the high road. Keep the high ground, keep the moral high ground, and be peaceful about it. You don't have to get crazy, but there's a great way to go about doing this. And truthfully, like what I've found, to be honest, is when I'm in a bad mood, I don't even get to have good discussions with people. When I'm happy, if I'm smiling and wearing my unmasked shirt and somebody approaches me and we talk about it, that's when the productive conversations happen. It's not
Mhm.
when I'm angry and if I'm yelling or doing whatever. It's when you're easy to deal with, and maybe take an opposite opinion, and you get farther that way. So that's just my 2 cents. Again, free country, you guys do what you want to do. Not about trying to limit your ability to do anything, but if you take this advice and you say screw it, I'm going to do it my way, I would ask you to not represent in our gear when you do that.
Yeah.
So we have to protect the group and guard the group, and we want to be known in the community as a positive force in the community, even though we may disagree with those who are in charge. So anything
Yeah.
else?
This is kind of, we didn't discuss talking about this, but I'm just
Curveball.
gonna, yeah, you played baseball, so you're used to it. Um, the sweatshirt order is in. We've had people that have been asking like if they can be added to it. We'll try to add you. We did order extras. So those who got in after the order was submitted, I'm going to try and what we'll do is say, you guys
Yeah.
are kind of first on the list.
Yeah.
And then whatever we have left over.
Sure.
It's kind of hard to add to orders.
After
add
the
to the
stuff's been
orders
ordered.
after we've already placed the order.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that. It's hard because the way we have it worked out is we front the money and then we get reimbursed. So we don't want to order a lot of extras and then have all this extra inventory. It's a hard, balancing act. So hopefully we'll have enough for everybody that's interested. You said they should be here.
Yeah, his ETA, he wasn't sure when the physical shirts are going to come in. The printing isn't, they need like a day to print, but a lot of this stuff is on a cargo ship off of the Long Beach shore. So the stock is limited everywhere. So anyway, he thought he would be able to get it in the next couple of days, but he said it might be right after Christmas when we get these. So fingers are crossed that he's going to come back and say, nope, I got it early. And we can get it, but that's kind of what the timeline looks like.
Now I have had some people ask like, hey, is my sweatshirt in? That depends. if you were on the first order, which was
several weeks ago. So if you got
Yeah.
your order in like 3 weeks ago,
then
then
we
it's
have your
probably in.
sweatshirt. Reach out to me. I think, are we going to be home all day tomorrow?
Most of the day, yeah.
I think we'll pretty much be home all day tomorrow. Just message me. We can make arrangements for you to come and pick those up. The order that we just placed, no, they're not here yet.
Yeah.
So just hold tight. They're working as fast as they can. And then, yeah, we do, we have hats, and we have another order that'll also be coming in, and the hats are $20. They're super nice too. This one I think is Jimmy's, but it's a little bit big on me. But we ordered ones that are snapback for girls.
For ladies with your ponytails.
Yeah, if you want to put your ponytail through. So anyways,
and if you're a guy with a ponytail, okay, you can have a snapback too.
Or maybe a man bun or something. I don't know.
Who knows? That's all right. No judgment. No public judgment. Anyway, yeah. So that's it. Yeah. Like I said, we don't want to keep you very long tonight. Enjoy your Friday night. If you're watching this later, we love you too. We appreciate you. And yeah, we'll see you soon. We'll talk to you. We're gonna do our normal live Sunday night at 7. You'll see something either tonight or in the morning that kind of gives you a heads up that that's coming. We'll have more to say then. Until then, have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy the Christmas season as we get ready. We're going to go watch a Christmas movie with our kids. If anybody can guess which Christmas movie that we're going to watch, the first person to guess it in the comments on this thing will give you a free window sticker for your car. So which Christmas movie are the Malloys watching tonight? Talk to you later.
Cute.
All right. Bye.
Bye, you guys.